What's up, YouTube Combat here, and today I've got some crazy news in regards to YouTube and Google. They have now separated, they've parted ways, they've gone through a divorce, they no longer want to be associated with each other. So, Google acquired YouTube a few years ago, and ever since then, I feel that the quality of this website has dwindled a little bit, and unfortunately, new interface changes all the time have made the site questionable, and a lot of the things that have happened, from unsub bugs and the lower ad revenue lately and all the other changes that have happened hasn't seemed to make the content on YouTube any better. If anything, it's made the accessibility of content a lot worse. It's really lowered the ability of being able to get the content that you want to watch and be able to watch it on a regular basis. So they still have yet to be able to fix sub boxes, which has been an issue for the last 3 years, and they haven't been able to fix that yet. But regardless of all this, YouTube was officially sold from Google today to Microsoft for $50 billion. Yes, that's a $50 billion. $50 billion. That's a lot of money. That's more money than I'll ever see in my entire lifetime. And it's pretty insane. But regards to the sale, I think Google wanted to separate itself from YouTube because in Google's mind, YouTube doesn't make them any money because they have to pay creators so much, and they fiend on the mobile revenue and all this other stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how Microsoft handles monetization, how Microsoft's going to handle, paying the YouTubers, and it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the overall advertising for YouTube now, because we all know there's been a lot of questionable things that have been happening with the advertisers, because a lot more advertisers are pulling out, Verizon, Coke, Pepsi, the UK government, a ton of companies are just pulling out from running their ads on YouTube. And I think Microsoft's got to do something to be able to get those advertisers back. They got to find a way to bring the advertisers back to the platform and say, we want these advertisers here. We believe the content on YouTube is good enough, and they need to make YouTube this thriving platform again, where it's not plagued by bugs and glitches, where it's a place where new people can thrive and smaller YouTubers can find a small community to be a part of. And I think that's the direction that Microsoft should take YouTube, is focus on the creators, focus on the actual YouTubers, and not focus on the late nights with Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers and the Stephen Colberts and the Jimmy Fallons. Even though those guys can make you money, they're just doing that as an added revenue, and I believe that, you need those people to supplement what you're doing. Pushing your own content, pushing the people that are YouTubers is more important than focusing on the late night people or on news channels or whatever it might be on sports networks, and focus on the people that are creating original content, creating the content that made YouTube what it was. And I think Microsoft can do a good job of this, as long as they don't botch it, as long as they don't, try to change its interface and make it sort of like what we see with the Xbox One or with the Windows Phone. I think they can really take advantage of this. And where Google moves on from this, I think they lose the opportunity of having one of the strongest video platforms out there, and maybe they'll work on something of their own. Maybe they'll create Google Video again, bring that back, because that used to be a thing, and maybe they'll integrate what they wanted YouTube to be into Google Video, and now we can have YouTube as a separate entity where maybe they can make some competition, and maybe the two video companies can compete together and try to make each other's sites better. And I think that's one of the things that we need in this video platform, is it'd be good to have some competition so each site can make the other site better by its changes, and it would obviously be really cool to see. So overall, I can't believe that Microsoft did this. $50 billion to acquire YouTube is insanity, but it gives them an opportunity to change the website and give it a new, fresh image and see what they can do with it. And I think it is a smart move, because I think it's going to affect us, the YouTubers, in a positive way, and I don't think it's going to be a negative change. They might change the interface, and that could be the negative change we see, but the fact that nothing's going to be linked to a Google Plus account, to your Gmail, is nice. I think they're going to be pushing Outlook and Hotmail again, which is awesome. Let's make some more Hotmail accounts, everyone. Let's create our Windows accounts. Let's do it, because in a lot of ways, Google and Windows are similar. The now YouTube search will be like Bing, so it'll be a secondary search engine, but still, nonetheless, I think it's going to push the ability to use more Windows products, which, it is what it is, I guess. I guess it's an interesting thing to see the future of. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's been a cool idea for Windows to be able to acquire Google like this, or to acquire YouTube like this, or are you a little hesitant to think of what the future of YouTube's going to be, or if maybe Microsoft's just not going to really do anything to the platform and let it die out on its own? I'd be very interested to hear what your comments are. Let me know down below in the comments section. And of course, if you can't tell, happy April Fools. It's April Fool's Day today, and this was my little joke. I don't think it was very funny, but it's interesting to see that maybe this could happen one day, and I do believe that competition is a good thing for YouTube, and I think that if some other video platform was able to emerge, that it would be a good thing for YouTube. And I also think that YouTube should focus on its content creators and less on the late night people. And everything I said in this was very sincere except for the selling of YouTube part. I believe that YouTube needs to change how it values its creators, how it values its channels, because I think that's the only way to hashtag save YouTube. As weird as that sounds, I think we need to band together and find a way to properly save YouTube, and I think it's through its creators and not through people like the late night staff or the movie trailers or whatever it might be. It's a great source for those things. However, I would prefer if the original content creators were pushed a little bit harder by YouTube and welcomed a little bit more by YouTube than anything else. So obviously, let me know what you think. Happy April Fool's Day. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, Combat signing off. Peace.